In this video, I'll be going over how to find prime and composite numbers. Prime numbers are factors that are only one and itself, whereas composite numbers are factors not only one and itself. Below are 6 examples, and we'll go over each one of them. The first 3 examples, we were going to find out whether it's a prime or a composite numbers, whereas the 4th to the 6th example, we're going to list out which ones are prime and which ones are composite. So for the first one, 8. So we have 1 and 8. And we see 2 times 4 could be 8. And then 4 times 2 is also 8. So in this case, it's more than just 1 and itself. So it's not a prime number, but a composite. Now for the second example, 18, we'll write out the factors. First, we'll list out 1 and 18 and see if there's any in between. If there's none in between, that means that it's only 1 in itself, which would make it a prime number. So 18, we can see 2 will go into it because 2 times 9. And then 3 will work because 3 times 6. And then 6 will work because 6 times 3. Then 9 will work because of 9 times 2. So right away we know that this is a composite number because there are more numbers in between than just the 1 and itself. And therefore this is a composite number. Now for the example 3, we have 13. So we're going to do the same thing. We'll list out 1 and 13 and see if there's any number in between. If we go through the numbers, we can see that 2 doesn't work, 3 doesn't work, 4 doesn't work, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. None of them work, which tell us that the factors for 13 will only be 1 and 13, and there's nothing in between. So this would make it a prime number. Okay, now that we've gone through 3 examples of how to determine whether it's a prime or a composite number, the 4th, 5th, and 6th example would be multiple numbers, and we're going to list whether it's a composite as C or a prime number as P. So for 3, it would be 1, 3, and nothing in between. So this would be prime, so we're going to put a P above. For 6, 1 and 6, 2 works, and 3 works. So C would be a composite number. Now for 14, 1 and 14, 2 works, 7 works, and so we know this is a composite number. For 24, 1 and 24, 2 works, 3 works, 6 works, 12 works. So 24 would be a composite number. Now going to example 5, 17, 1 and 17. And if you go through the numbers in between, none of them will work. So it's just the number and itself, which makes it a prime number. For 4, we put 1 and 4, and then we can see 2 works in between. So that makes it a composite number. 5, 1 and 5, And if we go to 2, 3, 4, none of them works. So just the number and itself makes it a prime number. Number 9, 1 and 9. And we could have 3 in between, so that makes it a composite number. 30, we have 1 and 30. 2 works, because 2 times 15. 3 works, 3 times 10. 6 works. 10 works. And since we already see there's numbers in between, this is gonna be a composite number. Now moving on to example 6. 26, 1 and 26. By now you should be able to see a pattern. As long as there's a number in between, we can simply list it as composite. So 26, 2 times 13 is 26, so we can already list this as composite. 34, 1 and 34. 2 works, so that's gonna be a composite. 48, 1 and 48. Again, 2 works, so immediately that will be a composite number. 27, 1 and 27. 3 works because 3 times 9 is 27, so that's also a composite number. So these 6 examples are how you would find prime and composite numbers. Hopefully this is helpful to you, and thank you for watching.